Hey folks, Chrome Host Seed Shark. It's one of 24 cards from March of the Machine that creates incubator tokens and oil counters. Why is that important? Because incubator tokens are supports, and when you pop them during your turn, they create completed Phyrexian creature tokens, and that's what we're here to look at today. Chrome Host Seed Shark is really, really good because you can loop with it. Whenever you cast a spell or support, you create the incubator tokens and oil counters. So if you get like an old legacy loop going, which I've got here, and there you can see the incubator token and what that looks like. But I'll show you one of those on the board. Right, we're partway into a game here. So I'm about to drop my Chrome Host's Seed Shark, and this is a good old-fashioned prism array green conversion loop. So we should start creating Phyrexian tokens. Let's talk about completion. It's not completion, it is completion. This is a process invented by those horrible Phyrexians. They are definitely the bad guys in Magic. And it's a process where you turn organic beings into artificial ones. So pretty horrible thing to do to any creature. The way it works, and you'll recognize some of the words from the different cards we have. First of all, you douse your subject in glistening oil. Glistening oil, got it? Yeah, right. That's why all these oil counters get created. The oil starts the process. And the process itself is called Phyresis. Again, you'll recognize that as the name of one of our cards. And Phyresis just basically means turning into a Phyrexian. So you're becoming an acolyte or I guess a devotee of Phyrexia. And then for organic creatures, people and so on, the process is finished by surgery. So it's a pretty horrible thing to do. Trying to think of Tamio. Tamio was completed, wasn't she? Poor old Tamio. So yeah, Tamio became completed. So she went through this process, and that was unfortunate because it gave us one of the worst vanguards in the game. That's a terrible vanguard, isn't it? But the completed Tamio, not the regular Tamio, which is a brilliant vanguard, one of the best ones in the game. So yeah, it's a really nasty process that the Phyrexians do. So here we are. We have stopped, and you can see we've got loads of little one counter supports on the board, and those are our incubator tokens. And actually, rather before we get into the Phyrexian, let's have a look at the incubators. So 3 really important things about these. First of all, they only have 1 shield, so they're dead easy to pop. Second of all, you'll notice this one has oil counter 5. So the oil is what's going to generate the Phyresis, and that's also going to give our creatures a buff. And the third thing is can't be reinforced. So as you're creating these, they're filling up the board, a bit like gold tokens. So that's really, really important. And then they're going to give your first creature with the least power +X, which is the oil counter value on there. So what will happen is creature 1 gets a load of buff, and then that becomes the most power. So the next time creature 2 gets the buff, and so on. Here is our completed Phyrexian token. It's mythic. Oh, don't get me started on that. It's mythic. It's 0/1. Remember, this has all had loads of buff from the incubator tokens popping. It's colourless and has the creature type Artifact Phyrexian. And that's it. It doesn't do anything, but you can make a nice stack of them. Pretty much with Chrome Host Seed Shark. It's difficult otherwise. Actually, I wonder, would this work with Dax A3, the Ancient Dagger tokens? That might be something to try. Let's have a look at the artwork. I really like that. I love this rich red colour of this. So this is a little completed Phyrexian being born out of its incubator sac there. And you can see the glistening oil, the green glistening oil dripping down. But I love that mad, evil red skyscape going on there. This is by Johan Bodin, who did the Colourless Spirit token. Talked about him earlier on in the series. But a really nice piece of art. And I think one of the more interesting tokens just because of the whole lore and how it's created and so on. So that's the completed Phyrexian.